Don't look down. No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Welcome to not the official start of Dice Dames and Dudes. If you couldn't tell, there's only 3 of us, so clearly we are not gaming tonight. Actually, in the process of attempting to tweet this out.
There, have some Cyberpunk City.
Ooh. Oh, are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm doing
music
it right now.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I just it's a different browser so that I can work all this.
I know, right? This is terrible. So, hi everyone. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. This was a huge break. A lot of stuff has happened with the team. Also, trying to get 5 grown adults' schedules to mesh is fun.
Especially
fun is the word we're going to use. Especially with the time differences between. Yeah. So I think me, Shae, and Luke are all in the same time zone, but then Woodrow is Stan's time zone. Well, not really, but like you don't do the daylight savings, so that changes things for you. And then Raven is an entirely different time zone as well. So it's been fun, but I have everybody's confirmation we are doing this next week, and if not, I will have to start sending somebody to your house to club. Like I don't know, we're just gonna start taking out knees or something. But
yeah, you don't need knees to roll dice.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. You just need one good hand.
Can you hear the music?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So yeah, we thought we would just, get together and chat a little bit, geek out a little bit over some gameplay stuff. And really the whole point of this stream, aside from the fact that like we haven't seen each other in months, literally, is to just make sure that you guys know that the stream for Dice Dames and Dudes, the next chapter is starting next week. So, hello, Christopher John says, love you both. Thank you so much. We also have Amiga. How are you doing? And Shae, how are you? How are things?
I'm doing awesome. We had a lot of great fun recently. A lot of hard work on your house. And yeah.
It's so much work. You can't tell because this is one of the 3 rooms one of the 2 rooms we didn't touch. We touched every other room in this house except this one and one downstairs.
But
it's on the list. There's a lot
else
going
that
on.
we did freed up the space to be able to clear out the office.
So the office doesn't look like this.
And let me tell you, what you guys can see on camera, that is fucking nothing compared
You're so mean.
No, okay.
It is. Look, it's bad.
We are real people with our audience, so I'm being real. That office is fucked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 4-foot tall cat wheel in there.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It was now. Yeah. It was crazy.
It's in a better place now.
Yeah.
heaven.
Me and my grandma are currently doing that in our house right now because she's got a bunch of material, and then I've got a bunch of like art projects that I saved from college and shit, and like supplies that I don't use anymore. So we've got a bunch of clearing out we got to do too. We're also putting in new flooring, so everything has to be moved. Period. So yeah, it's fun.
I'm gonna eventually have to do flooring, but I can't afford it right now, so we're just gonna pretend that it's not a problem, even though it clearly is.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing for the past couple of years, so it's time to do it. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to do it before I sell, which is like the worst. Like I'm gonna have to make it all nice and be like, look at how beautiful the house is. You want to buy it, and I won't live in it anymore now that it's pretty. Sad days. I write in. I do. I touch almost everything. So here's the funny thing: the space between the end of this desk and the desk that's behind me. Like what, 3 feet, Si?
I'm sorry, repeat it. I'm trying to figure out this fucking music and why it didn't keep going.
The space between the desk that is in front of me and the desk that's behind me is about 3 feet.
Yeah, it is so tight. Like it does not look tight.
It doesn't. Tight. It looks like this is a huge room and it goes back for this is a tiny room. This room is really small. It's like big enough for a kid's like twin bed. Would probably go almost wall to wall.
No,
if you did it.
You can't just say that. You can't just no.
Here's the thing. I was gonna. There was okay.
She has a full desk in front of her, and then basically the equivalent of 2 desks behind her.
Oh, like okay,
and then a desk off to the side. There's a lot going on.
So no room for movement or.
There's no room. Can do 0 activities. No, I did not give the cat wheel to Billy Tucci, although I'm sure he would love to run it. No, I moved the cat wheel.
The hamster wheel.
I moved the cat wheel into the same room that has the cat wall. So, you know, when he decides to lose his fucking mind at 2 a.m, he can just do all of that.
And they changed the way Epidemic Sound looks.
Weird. So, Woodrow.
Yep.
How have you been? I haven't talked to you forever.
Yeah, good. Work's been good, except it's slowing down because it's summer out here in Arizona. So losing hours there, but it gives me time to do other stuff. I got my books now. All the pages are colored, drawn. 32 of them are lettered. That it's been out there for a while. Tokyo Blues. So I've got 74 to letter. They're going to Eric hopefully in like a month and a half when I save up the little egg to give him for the lettering, and then I'll be on to doing all like the interior credits and cover dressings and getting people and graphic designers to help me with all that stuff, and essentially it's putting together the campaign and the print file and getting it printed. So yeah, it's
so
feeling
crazy.
Pretty good about all that.
Well,
that is so great.
If you need help creating your campaign page, let us know.
Yeah, I was actually probably gonna have you guys really put it together because I don't want to do it all myself because my choices can be not the best when it comes to marketing products. I'm very scatterbrained, so I need someone to help me tighten it up for sure.
Shae, there's a new sub genre to EDM on Epidemic Sound.
Oh no! It is not chiptune.
Is it?
Is it chiptune?
It is chiptune.
It's bit music.
Yeah, it's chiptune. I actually like old chiptune, like Saber Pulse and stuff.
This is about 1 million times better than the chiptune that we had to listen to at MagFest. So
oh my god.
That was so rough. Like, okay, giving every Tom, Dick, and Harry access to old school sounds from video games and then letting them just go ham and call it music is a terrible idea. It is so bad. The only time it's ever good is if somebody is actually, I don't know,
talented,
interested in it, slightly talented, like something. These guys are literally just like, oh, this is my favorite sound from when I used to play this game. Boing, 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 boing. You're like, stop it, for the love of God. It usually was just a whole lot of really shrill, high-pitched sounds. It was terrible. Are we getting more people?
Hi, Alex, too. By the way.
Requested girl! Hello, hello! Some person, lovely to see you.
I'm just curious.
Ah,
Yeah, that's gonna work.
it's great. Look at Woodrow still in his little box. Woodrow's like, I think if I
Oh,
fit
just
like
wait.
this.
To do
This
that.
way. There's that.
Yeah, this is gonna be amazing. Freakasty
Yeah,
girl,
but
we
it's-
miss you too.
Do you see all the nice computerized overlays and shit?
It's very nice.
Mm.
Very excited for that. That's gonna be very cool.
Does this work?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, look at Woodrow.
Big ass fucking dice.
that's awesome.
Can you even put him down the tower?
Yeah, not the big ones, but I can do like these guys. So
Nice. Oh wow, you can actually read those.
yeah, these big ones you can.
Are
No,
those
I can
good?
read those ones, the little ones.
Well, these are my big D6s, is what I mean. I don't mean
Oh.
not the giant fucking D20s that I have. But
Okay.
So wait. Basically, what you're
Just-
saying is that's not the cube of D6s. That's like 100 micro D6s.
Oh. Yeah, there's no fucking way I can read those ones. Okay.
Yeah, you couldn't read those. These are the normal ones. They're kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
But-
The
I
pip
can't even
ones-
tell that there's dice there.
I know,
Pip
right?
ones are much easier to read.
Oh, 1 and 3.
If you zoom in, you can kind of see them. Yeah.
Crazy.
CJ, it's crazy seeing you here.
It is. It's so good to see CJ. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh,
Oh. Both 17s.
that's crazy. That blue and purple one is so cool.
Yeah, it's really like on theme for.
Oh my
That
gosh,
cyberpunk
yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That is so
Reminds me of
good.
One of those Pop Tarts. Those like weird, crazy raspberry.
Yeah. Those really messed up ones that everybody's
Yeah.
like, they're amazing. I was like, they taste like crap.
Looks like
But
if
they
it
look
was in
cool.
the jungle, it'd be poisonous. Don't touch it.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I'm eating beans on toast because I realized right before we went to stream that I haven't eaten today. I'm
Oh,
stuffing my
wait.
face while we do this.
I'm just reading our group chat, and I guess Frog G is talking about liquid dice since you talked about that, Woodrow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And Shae has
Mm-hmm.
a dice with liquid in it. I thought it
Oh,
would.
really?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Where is he? I'm here.
Shae, did I remember my dice? Yeah, I think they're in my suitcase.
Yeah, you never broke them out.
I still want your fucking glowy ones, you bastard.
So, I have the Cheshire Cat
Can
in
you see it?
liquid. You can only really see his smile because his eyes point upward.
You see
There
it,
you go, you
Woodrow?
get an eye.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I always
Turn it
thought that liquid in the dice would totally throw everything off, but if you get all the air out and everything, I guess it works good, right?
Yeah. Oh no. This one
That's
is
awesome.
one of the better dice that I have, as far as like throwing.
Yeah, cool.
Shae,
Did you
do
get
wanna
any new pets since the last stream, Shae? No, I haven't gotten any new pets. I just have the one cat and the 2 birds.
You just backed POA RPG. What's that, creators?
Yeah. Explain. What were you gonna ask?
If you had your shiny dice in there, Shae.
I can go grab one right on the counter.
Okay, if you want to do that while you chew.
Second.
So, Shae and I went to Heroes Con along with Luke and Feline and Rini and Michael and Hyper Wizard and Travis and Maromi and Frega and Frega's daughter and Andy Smith and Billy
Did you say
Tucci.
Mike?
Michael, yeah. Billy Tucci.
And
Fuck's sake.
Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor.
Wasn't fun. And Philly
I'm
cheesesteak
trying to help.
and yeah, I'm naming the people that were around though.
We were around.
Yeah, Amanda Connor. Look at that dice, Woodrow.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
So the thing I hate about them is they're super lightweight. Like they're
Oh,
really,
really?
and I can feel, like you can hear
Oh.
it. You probably can't actually hear it, but I can hear it inside. Yeah,
yeah.
they go for like 10 seconds.
It's shock sensitive and it's 10 seconds, and they go in the case in a certain way, they have two little contacts on one of the faces.
Yeah.
So you put them back in exactly the right way, and it contact connects to charge them.
It's not going to do it while this is not blinking. There you go. But you see those little metal contacts?
Mm-hmm.
The two
So
shiny
that's how it
dots.
charges.
Ah.
So it has to go in a very specific way in order for them to charge.
Yeah.
Who else did we meet? Eric Canetti.
Joe Catapano, Tim Lim,
Tim
and Eric
Lim,
Canetti.
And Eric Canetti and
Douglas Ernst.
Yeah, was it Tim's writer that was also with him? The guy who was next to Tim.
I think it was Pella Creepy, but he never introduced himself.
Yes,
so Pella Creepy, if that was you, I'm so sorry, and I love you, and I'm sorry that I didn't say hi because I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, and we got a cool print from Common America because Shae has backed the fuck out of it. So
we did.
Oh, you were a backer? Oh, here you
Oh
go.
no! So here's the funniest part. We go up to Tim's table, and Tim was literally like, "Oh, so you've backed our book? Oh, that's nice." And I went, "Tim, you don't recognize me, do you?" And he was like, "What?" And I went, "Shae the Red." And he was like, I went, "Red Valkyrie." And he goes, "I've been on that show." I said, "Yes, you have, Tim." But yeah, it was great. It was super great.
Yeah. It was awesome. There was something I was gonna say. Sorry.
Hello, flying feline. She's sticking out her tongue because she's keeping Luke busy, and we don't want any clarification on that, please.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to know that he actually saw all the fucking messages we put.
Yeah, since he didn't respond to any of them, it's okay. Neither did Raven, but like Raven probably saw them. I don't know. I ended up calling her and was like, "Hi, what is happening?"
Yeah, I'm excited to start, man. I've got a lot of stuff already made, so I can just like relax. I don't got to do like last season. I was essentially like building the tracks every week before we went on them, and that was annoying and stressful.
Well, do you want to do a tavern introduction tonight?
A what?
A tavern introduction.
Oh no, there's no.
No, there are things in the works. Sai, stop it. We already have things in the works for the intro.
Oh yeah. Hopefully that turns out good.
It will. It'll be awesome.
I'm more worried about.
I promised that I would get it done.
Not your part.
Your part is going to be amazing. Guaranteed.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Woodrow, we got to get you up to like Baltimore Comic Con sometime.
Yeah, it'd be dope. Right now I'm working on getting the ID stuff changed here in Arizona, and like you have to have this star on your ID to get to government buildings. When I had gotten my ID replaced from being like I had it for a long time, I just recently got it replaced. They didn't really explain that to me. Someone recently told me like, "Oh yeah, do you have like the star?" And I was like, "No, what is that?" And so like it wasn't explained when I renewed my license. And I guess it's because I didn't have all the document I would have needed, so they didn't even bring it up or something. But you need all kinds of like your name on bills and all sorts of shit to make sure you're actually a citizen to get it, to go into government buildings and fly and get a passport and all that stuff. So I got to go through all that.
You don't need a passport to come to Baltimore.
No, but I would have to fly. I think I need this star to like to travel. I believe that's what was described to me as. So
yeah, I'm also needing to get my passport so I can travel more. I'm less than 2 years from retirement, so I'm less than 2 years from starting the next chapter of my life where I'm my own boss, and I don't have steady income yet. We're supposed to see what happens. And yes, Death Metal Hero says, delightfully distracted. Sorry, not sorry. I asked for no details. Continue to not give any more details. I'm happy that you're happy and oh my gosh. I'm assuming you guys can't hear this. Onyx is an incredibly vocal kitty, and for whatever reason lately when he takes a nap, he starts getting very, very vocal, but it sounds like the first couple of times I thought he was like hurt or sick or about to throw up or something, because he sounds miserable. But yeah, he's asleep in his bed in the window, and he's just yowling in his sleep.
Wow.
And he's so cute. He's sleeping. He's got his little paw over his eyes like this, like it's too bright out.
So it's $25, Woodrow.
The star thing on the ID.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, in your
Yeah,
state.
but you need yeah, it's not expensive. I just need all the I gotta get all the documentation together.
You need you need a birth certificate or a passport or a passport card. Then you need a social security number. Then you need proof of residency. So a utility bill, a credit card statement, a bank statement, or an insurance policy.
Okay, so because I didn't know that you could have the other ones. My grandma was saying that like I had to have the my name on bills for it. But if I can do like a credit card statement, then I can just pull that up. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So I can go do that soon then.
Yeah, and I'm on well, I'll just send
No,
you-
Woodrow is not Canadian.
No, I'm an Arizonan. I'm a desert rat.
Okay. Since you said it out loud, I'm on aztravelid.com,
Okay, cool.
which is the special site for Arizona DOT.
So, totally not game related, but hilarious. This is what I got currently going on with this cat. This is him sleeping. His little paws over his face.
Oh yeah.
And he's laying there, and then he just goes.
Wonder what he's dreaming about.
Oh, you
I
have
don't
until
know.
May. You can still get on planes till May of next year.
Okay, so it's May of next year is the deadline.
Yeah, they extended it last year to be May of next year.
Nice. Good.
There you go. So, get on a plane in September.
Yes. September 20th to the 22nd.
Fly to Baltimore. Come to Baltimore Comic Con.
Come hang out.
3-day
Guy and I
tickets
are
are only
working
$75.
Oh, bud.
Yeah, Shae's got a driveway.
Woodrow's
You
like,
can- You can sleep in her car. That's cool.
I got
Actually,
Yeah, if I
know,
can
you
afford
got-
it, I'll go.
you got that canopy that we're putting on your back deck, Shae. So
I have a
that'll keep-
tent, babe. Remember?
No, but I mean, well, that too. But I mean, that'll keep the bugs off.
Yeah, so will the tent.
Yeah. Just don't.
You can
Just
stay
don't.
down. You can just pretend that you're camping.
Just don't light her gas fire table in the tent or under the canopy, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that.
Camping.
Out
in
of
the middle
curiosity.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
No. You can camp in my yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like 30 minutes outside of Baltimore. I'm in the
Don't
safe
worry.
area.
Shae, Reenie, hopefully Raven, and I will shake your tent when we're leaving in the morning to go to the con.
No, I'd let
anyone
Woodrow
own
sleep.
Firearms?
I'm not a hammer.
If I'm sleeping outside, can I have a firearm?
No, I would let you sleep inside.
Oh my god.
That'd be my one rule: is I need to be able to shoot something.
Wait, how tall are you, Woodrow?
6'1".
There's my head.
I mean, he can curl up in your suspension chair, couldn't he?
Yeah, I
You'd be
do.
surprised where I could sleep.
I sleep in my little egg chair. It's a 2-person egg chair.
It's a 2-person hanging chair.
I've
And
had the homeless experience for a couple days, so I've
Don't do
slept
that.
in worse. Yeah, I've slept in worse areas, so I'll sleep. I can sleep anywhere essentially.
That's my idea.
And it was in Boy Scouts, so yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Did you get your hood merit badge?
No,
Oh
more
my
like
God.
a gutter sleeping.
Shae, my license has a star.
Nice. Oh,
And
I realized I'm gonna show these again.
And a heart.
I'm gonna show these again, but I figure, in case people didn't see, me and my 6.5-inch heels standing next to Billy Tucci.
6.5. So you were 6'7" in those?
Yeah.
6'7.5". Yeah, I was.
yeah. But I don't count
Gigante.
fractions because it's
I normally wouldn't either, except for the fact that when I measured them, I was like, that extra half inch matters because that's
it
a
does,
lot.
'cause in perspective, a half inch at 6'6" is more than a half inch at 6'1". It just will seem more.
Yeah, it's so
I can't tell what this is feeling because I don't have the chat open.
heart hands.
But
Heart hands.
that Tucci picture. Okay, to go on record, I am taller than Tucci. He's just wearing lifts, and I have my head tilted to the side. But when I hugged him, I could clearly see the top of his head.
Well, here's a great picture for Shae.
Yeah.
Shae picking up Philly.
By the way, Phil has got some shoulders, so he's not a skinny dude. So
No.
if I can pick him up, you're going over my shoulder, Woodrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't even want to say how much I weigh. I'm severely unhealthy, but it's because of my thyroid, and I don't.
Philly's
eat
like
too
a
much.
football player. Like honestly, I was surprised that he had shoulders.
This is what I actually look like among all of these tall guys.
Well, and you're
But-
leaning casually, so
I am, and I don't have, I just have flats on. But
zoom in on your right shoulder, please.
I'm. Oh yeah, can you see the purple hair in the background? Right there, that right there. That's Shae. Also, the thing that's really funny is if you pay attention to Phil,
Just
everyone
hit
was
Control
saying-
Plus.
I can't anymore. It's as big as it'll go. Oh, maybe not. Okay. There you go.
Is that because Sai's pinching his butt, or?
No, so the joke that Phil himself made was, where was I looking? And everyone who saw commented, well, it seems like there was one thing that you were trying to look at, Phil. I was like, I don't think he was looking at my boobies because they were mostly covered there. It was in every other outfit I wore that they weren't.
Honestly, it looks. Is that Maromi next to you?
Yeah.
It
It looks like he's checking out Maromi.
Maromi's package. Yeah.
Like he's like, hey, what's up? Hold on, wait.
You draw a direct eye line.
If you draw a direct eye line, I think that you would go from Phil's eyes to Maromi's
His boob.
titties.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's either Maromi's titties or it's Travis's middle section.
Fupa.
But yeah,
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like
We
it really
did.
fun. That's awesome.
it was great. Wish
It's gonna-
that we could have met like you and Shelby and I had Dan Plagle and stuff there, but like that's just because I'm greedy and I want to meet everybody.
Yeah, plus it's going to be more funner in Baltimore because A, Shae and I don't have to buy tickets to the con. B,
Yes.
Shae and I don't have to pay for a hotel for the con.
Yes, so it'll be funner for everybody. 'Cause
Yeah.
it'll be less bitchy.
Well, I don't know. Oh, we already cleared it with our con boss that we could bring stools to be able to sit on when we're line wrangling. So
Yeah,
that's a
I was like,
bonus.
I have a bundle of 6 chair that I would like to bring, and he was like, yeah, okay. I was like, oh, all right. By the
Yeah,
way,
'cause-
our boss was at Heroes Con.
Yeah,
So, like our
scouting
boss
out
from
artists
Baltimore Comic Con.
to invite to Baltimore.
Yeah. So while we were there, I was like, I'm gonna bring this, and he was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Yeah,
So,
because we'll have your bar every night, basically.
Yes, my bar is fairly well stocked for someone who does not drink much.
We need to get you some vodka.
I have vodka.
We need to get you some actual vodka. I'd like
So
to get that.
Sai doesn't like that I have flavored vodka.
No, I do
I'll
not.
get you plain vodka.
We need regular vodka so that we can make mixed drinks without it fucking up the taste.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's a taste
And
of a
do that
screwdriver.
I mean,
unless
yeah, if you want a
the
screwdriver.
flavor, unless the flavor of the vodka is going with the drink you're trying to make, then it works. But
Yeah.
You're stuck. You're very limited in what drinks you can make if you get flavored vodka.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get plain vodka too. I also just have like a lot of beer and wine, so
I'll
probably not wine that most people would like though. I like fruity wine.
probably get whiskey. That's what I drink usually.
And we have
Whiskey tequila.
what's yours that we have? Oh, I have tequila.
You have my scotch.
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask if it was scotch or whiskey.
You
I
also
couldn't
have my
remember.
Japanese whiskey, I believe.
Oh, nice. I've had
No,
I
you
think
didn't
one-
bring that.
Are you
the
sure?
Japanese whiskey.
You only brought the Lefroy, whatever the fuck.
Hold on. I'm getting up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, your Japanese whiskey should be in that room.
Hold on. If it is, I'm having a drink.
Yeah, I have I got margarita glasses and an entire margarita station so I can do the lime juice and the either salt or sugar rims.
Nice.
And I have
Yeah.
pre-mixed margarita and the stuff to mix margaritas so I can pick and choose what I want.
Yeah, I've never really made margaritas. I've always just got
I
them at
have
restaurants.
sake.
I always make drinks with whiskey and vodka and
Yeah.
shit. I always just
I
drink
have
tequila
Japanese whiskey.
in my house.
So I got this stuff so I could make margaritas, but then I also found a couple pre-mixed margaritas that were like ready to drink, and so I was just like, when I just want a margarita and don't want to wait.
What are your like favorite flavors?
I always go for strawberry because it's
Strawberry.
easy.
Yeah. One.
I had a prickly pear and passion fruit when I was at Heroes Con. We went out to a Mexican restaurant. It was interesting. I think that there were two problems. All of the flavoring had sunk. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
what you were drinking. Well, no, it couldn't have been that because I was drinking through a straw. So all the flavoring must have stayed at the top because what I was drinking tasted like straight tequila and then flavoring for a very long time. And then when I got to the end, it just tasted like straight up syrup. I was like, oh no, I didn't mix it well enough because it was a
Yeah.
frozen margarita. So like all
Oh my
that
God.
flavor just stayed
Shae,
up.
tell them about
And-
the frozen lemonade.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So, I got a grill because I decided that I deserved to have a nice grill, and so I got rid of my charcoal rust bucket that pretended to be a grill and just fell apart.
And the other one.
And we got and the other one that had fallen apart previously because I didn't learn my lesson. No, actually, one of them was a replacement for the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a nice grill that works well and is all gas and everything like that. And so Sai was making burgers for us. So while Sai
Which
made
turned
burgers,
out fucking amazing.
they were really good. I ended up taking lemonade concentrate, vodka, and ice, and I made us frozen lemonades.
Mm.
They were very good. They were
very
not
good.
very strong. I should have put a lot more
Yeah.
vodka in them. I didn't know what the ratio was going to be. I didn't know how it was going to hit. It needed a little less frozen lemonade concentrate, a little bit more ice, and a lot more vodka.
Mm.
Yes.
Hey, frequency girl. Yes. Grilling is amazing.
It is.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
and Woodrow, the
fire.
grill that I have has a side burner. So if you wanted to take a pot out there and do
Yeah.
beans or whatever on it,
wings? You know the
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
wings that are on a lot
it
of
has a
bread?
little burning.
nice. Yeah, that's where I put my cast iron then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or
And it's
put
got
big flat
a
top.
little wire thing that sits on top of it, so it'll support a pan.
Nice. When you make burgers, since you're doing them on the grill, you normally do like a pretty thick patty or whatever that you guys grill.
Well, we
right?
we bought these pre-made from a
Oh,
grocery
okay.
store.
Okay,
So the ones that we got though, we got from Sam's Club. Because Sam's Club you can get cheap meat. So we got their patties, and they were decent. They weren't super fat, but they
Wasn't it-
were.
Wasn't it giant?
Was it giant?
Yeah.
It was Giant. Oh, I forgot. I thought it was Sam's Club. No, so like Giant, they were pretty thick. They weren't like holy fuck massively thick, but they were thick enough that you could get a medium.
Yeah. So that's the thing, and it wasn't just that.
With
it was
char.
Also, it wasn't just that. It was also your grill. So first of all, this thing has the best racks on a grill
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
I got good racks.
It's not like the silver shiny, and it's not just like the pipe metal, the tube. It's like an actual pounded.
They're like cast iron racks.
Yeah, it's like pounded iron kind of.
They're
rack.
heavy.
So that's one thing. Another thing is the burners on it. Actually, it actually matters what you set them on. It's not just blowtorch constantly. So
Yeah, it's a 5-burner stove.
well, in adjusting the
And-
temperature down, like a quarter or a half, it actually the temperature corresponds with that, and because it's got a temperature gauge on the top of the lid on the outside, so it's
It
not
does what
just,
it's supposed to do.
it's not just constantly 550 degrees. It actually will slow cook meat, which gives me great hope for making a steak on there someday.
Yeah.
Shae, can you even imagine?
Oh, steak is
I-
gonna be so good.
I'm so surprised. I didn't want to mention steak because you had just paid $300 for a grill, but
I got ribeyes in the fridge right now thawing. I
I
got
know,
prep
right? Just-
later tonight. I'm excited.
bastard.
Yeah. And I got some T-bones in the freezer too. Very excited. They're left over from the cow we got slaughtered, or half of it anyway. We got half a cow and split it with my mom.
Split it.
We did, yeah. Half
No,
and
I
half.
mean split it. Straight down the middle.
Yeah. So we got the organs. Like the heart and
Tasty.
tongue and stuff. It is. Very tasty.
Hey Shae, look at our viewers.
I see that. Hello, 45 people watching. Happy to have you all here. I know that we're
appreciate
not gaming, but we will be, and I want to make sure that everybody knows. So,
Oh Shae, you have to
Well-
do something with that fucking corn. Sorry. Freak girl just
I know.
reminded us. Go ahead.
I know.
Mmm.
While we are streaming to our normal Red Valkyrie, as well as, please make sure that you are subbed to the Valkyries Play YouTube channel, or the Twitch stream or whatever, as that is where we are going to be streaming like from now on. So, we'll probably do the first couple episodes simulcast just to get people over to that other channel, but Valkyrie's Play is specifically going to be for our gameplay, so it's going to be the Dice Games and Dudes. It's going to be any video game playthroughs that Sai does, any of the horror games that I do with the heart rate monitor, which I really need to get back into, because some of those were really fucked up, and Steam had a sale, and I bought stuff that terrifies me, so we'll see what happens with that. Woodrow, why do I do this? I don't know why I do this.
It's entertaining to watch people.
I live alone now.
There's the
Yeah,
bourbon.
speak yourself.
No,
Ooh.
just look at Woodrow's like around the bottom. Ooh,
Well, actually,
look at
it's
this.
Oh, never mind.
What? Oh,
I was
Do it
gonna
again.
try.
It's so good.
Oh,
But
and while
yeah.
we were standing and waiting for Shae and Rini forever at the ramen place, I got a picture of this.
Ooh, nice.
It was fine. The door was tricky.
Oh, I like. The
It was
little
tricky
ceiling.
enough that they had to put instructions on the back of the door. Anyway, yes, the lighting fixture.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the table that they got for 10 people when there were 13 of us or 14 of us.
Is that why you were sitting at the kids' table, or someone?
No,
was
we
sitting
were
over
all
at
at the same table except for Luke and Feline.
Luke,
Oh, that's
Feline,
it.
Joe and his fiance. they were like, we'll leave. And we're like, don't leave. And they're like, no, we'll leave. And they went up front and they were like, yeah, we need a couple extra. Like, we had been waiting, but we had 13 people instead of 10.
And then the waiter came and bitched at us.
He did. But then he loved Shae and me later, so.
Yeah. You guys are
Always
fabulous.
forget
It was wonderful having you here.
He literally said that to us 3 times that night, and I was like, I think he wants to be our friend.
He said it to me while you were in the bathroom, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Making friends.
I'm trying
Why not?
to upload another picture. I hope I didn't just upload your credit card.
Please don't do that. I prefer that you not upload my credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm
I mean-
there, I'll have to make something interesting for you guys.
Yes. Well, that's the thing is if this works out like I'm hoping, so I have to repair my deck. Unfortunately, they had some really cheap wood that they used. So after a couple seasons of rain, it is now rotted. My foot has gone through them, but it's only some boards, and it's super random, and it's because they basically got like a big pallet of wood and they just used it all indiscriminately. So some of them were warped, some of them weren't as good, and they still just built with them. And so the ones that weren't as good, it's now very obvious which ones they were because they are the ones that have rotted through. But there's probably only like, it's a huge deck, and there's probably like 5 areas total that have boards that need to just be completely replaced, and even most of those boards aren't even full boards. They're like partials. And so that need to be, pulled up and replaced. And then there's a couple boards that need to be re-screwed down because they literally forgot to. So they've like popped up over the years. So I just need to screw those babies down, and then I'm gonna refinish, like pressure wash sand, make sure everything is structurally sound, and then reseal it with that paint that kind of encapsulates the wood, so it is legitimately weatherproof and looks nicer. And if I can get that done in the next couple of months, which I'm really hoping to, then we can have a barbecue out of my deck.
Yes.
Do you have any cast iron?
Oh yeah.
Chance? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have like a tiny one. I have a bigger one. I've got a cast iron wok that I just bought.
Nice. Yeah, I like.
I might have already fucked the seasoning on that though. I might have to redo it.
I like doing smash burgers. Smash burgers are fucking good. And you use.
So I had someone do like I went and got a smash burger when I was in Germany, and it was the first one I'd had, and they were like, "Oh, do you want a single or a double?" And I was like, "Oh, a single." Never get a single. Never.
No,
if the place
always
is
get
offering a double, never get a single. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like a whisper of meat with all of your toppings and bread.
Smash
So like I
burgers
ate it and I was like, well, I think it tasted good, but there wasn't a whole lot to taste. It was gone so quickly.
Yeah,
But yeah, smash burgers would be amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I even have, so I have like a small one, a bigger one, and then I have a bunch of like really small ones. So you could even heat up they're like tiny. They're like this big.
Like a single egg type, right? You're talking?
Yeah, like really. So like you could even heat those up and use that to smash the burger if you wanted.
Yeah, you could. You have to be careful about it sticking. You want some like patty wax paper or something, like spray it down or something to.
Are you talking about the burgers that are like scorched and kind of
the ones that are smashed over all of the toppings? Like if you're gonna do like onions and stuff like that, you do that, and then you put the meat on top, and then you squish it all down, and it all kind of incorporates.
Oh, okay.
And they're very thin.
Oh, that's not. That's not the only. So that's like a kind of smash burger, but the way I do my smash burgers is it's just a little. Instead of doing like a big thick patty that you cook or whatever, you just heat cast iron and you get a flat utensil and you just smash it completely flat, and it becomes just like a flat disc, and then you put a piece of cheese on it after you flip them, and then you basically stack 2 of those, and then you can top it with all of your like a normal burger.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do mine.
See, I thought you were talking about one where like you scorch the shit out of a burger to where it's like all char, and then you like smash the patties, and then you just assemble that onto a bun. So it's like 2 or 3 like just fucking crumbled burger patties, and it's all char and tasty and delicious.
Well, the Maillard reaction, I think, is what it's called. When the carbons and everything in it change to actually create like the flavor. That's where a lot of the flavor comes from beef and meats and all that.
Okay, I have uploaded 2 things to StreamYard. Here is thing 1. Shae, do you recognize that?
That is my ass.
It is. And then
That is my ass from volleyball. Is that a good serve? Did I do good?
Yeah, you actually aced that.
Okay, good. I couldn't remember. I played volleyball, guys. For those of you who don't know, I'm sitting here doing commentary the whole time too, and I was like, oh, you can't hear me because there's audio in the clip. Hello, Mr. Krager says, how do you chat and host? Hello, hello. It is good to see you, sir. Yay, volleyball. Yes, I love playing volleyball. It's super fun. So I didn't get any of my super awesome moves. It's okay. That was actually a really bad game. That was the first time I'd played in like 2 months. So it was a rough game. It was a rough game. But, you know, the girl that you saw hit that got that kill right before I went back and served, her name's KP. She's like 24 and fucking amazing at volleyball. It's very upsetting. I just have to remind myself that I am significantly older than her. And she played in college. So between those 2 things, I am clearly subpar. Oh dear me, what? What do you need?
Uh-oh.
What do you need?
Yeah.
What is happening? Hi. He has been so clingy. We go to Heroes Con for 3 days. Add an extra day on there for me to drop Psy off and sleep. And this little dude has not left me alone since. It's been 2 days and he's just been the clingiest of clingy. Because I clearly abandoned him, you see. He's never coming home. Clearly.
Yeah, he's looking like, never leave me again.
I know. I've tried. So like I was laying down and we have like a heat wave hitting through here. Nothing like obviously what you get, Woodrow, but
oh yeah.
For us,
but you guys have humidity.
Yeah, it's hot enough, right?
Yeah.
So we got hit with that, and it's been really, really like warm in my house despite my air conditioner going, and this little fucker would not stop jumping up on my chest and sleeping like right here in the middle of the night. And so it was just a heater, and so I'd move him. I'd be like, sleep down there, like sleep on my leg, sleep next to me, sleep wherever, and he'd start there, and then I'd fall asleep, and then he'd walk back up and lay right here. And so I slept like shit because I had essentially like a heating blanket on me. Eric's so mean. Says, oh, poor baby's at 85 over there. It's in the upper 80s to, is it I think it hit like low 90s, or it is hitting low 90s soon. And it's not the temperature so much as it is the humidity.
Yeah. Your feels like it's 74 right now, Shae.
Yeah.
And it's 9 o'clock at night. So it feels like 74 at 9 o'clock at night.
Whoa.
Yeah, out here it's just a straight heat. It gets bad. It's not necessarily humidity, but like the other day I parked in the sun. I didn't make covered parking because I came in at 11 at work. And when I went back out to my car, I had forgotten, just because I've been getting covered parking for years now. So like every now and then in the summer, I'll get one. I forget how fucking hot it feels.
Did you touch your steering wheel?
Yeah, no, everything in there is hot, man. Because I have a digital temperature gauge for like the inside of the car, I think it's supposed to be for the ambient temperature, like just outside it or whatever. But it was 113 because it had been sitting in the sun for 5 hours. So,
well, for the air, that's not bad. Those surfaces had to be like 140.
Oh yeah, if you touch it, it's fucking bad.
That's the worst is
starts to go down.
when you don't realize and you have like the leather seats or whatever, and you don't think about it, and you sit down on black leather seats.
Yeah, you instantly.
And you're like, I don't have skin on the back of my thighs now. I forgot that was a thing. Like, fantastic.
Well, especially if you're in a dress.
Yeah. Yeah. You get pretty resilient to the sun though once you live out here. You just learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, Florida too.
Well, I did fine in Utah for years and years and years. But I hate the heat.
Oh.
Like, the heat kills me. The cold I can do all day long. The heat. Yeah, I can't. So look, it's perfect, Woodrow. See,
any cold and I start going.
See, this is what you do, is we just, we make a little compound, and then in the summertime, when it's really hot and gross, Woodrow goes out and does all the errands. And then in the wintertime, when it's like freezing and snow, I'll go out and do all the errands. Yeah, and then we're good, and it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I used to walk to the grocery store like a half mile in 18 inches of snow. So.
And yes, Eric, that is why you put a towel on your seat. I did not own a car at those times. So
my mom and her friend, this was in the 80s, had like 60s sedans, with the big leather bench seats. And yeah, there were towels on every surface of those fucking seats.
Yeah.
And it's funny because half of them didn't have seatbelts, so you just slide around because the towel on the leather would just slide. Just like you were constantly buffing the leather seat.
Yeah, I think that the only time that I really experienced a lot of that, I think my grandmother's car. Because, Grandma never. I'm convinced she didn't have any feeling left in her legs or anything, because she sit down and be like, all right, come have a seat, and you're like, oh, Grandma's sitting, it must be fine. You sit, and you're like, oh, mother, how? Why is it so hot? And she's just like, oh, is it a little warm? You're like, no, it's molten. It's molten lava, Grandma. She's like, oh, well, I can find something. You're like, it's fine. Let's just go. My skin's already sloughed off. We might as well just leave. Burrell.
It's like, it's fine. I'm already sitting on the cooked layer. So,
yeah. You're like, at this point, the skin that has peeled off and then become jerky is protecting me. So it's fine.
Insulating me. It's good.
Just stay on top of the jerky like flesh.
It's like a pot holder at this point.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
It's got a weird mental image.
I'm glad I could give that to you.
You're welcome.
So, is there any game talk that we want to throw in here? It's been going for almost an hour.
Hey, Mickey McMahon.
McMahon!
There was an interesting tweet I saw today about Cyberpunk. There's apparently a third-party company that goes around and remasters the music and sound effects for games, and basically takes the stereo, or even sometimes the like 5-point surround sound, and just upscales the shit out of it. And they did that to Cyberpunk 2077, and the sound designer and the soundtrack supervisor did a tweet with a link to it, and basically said now we can't play this game without the edition. So yeah, I guess it's pretty damn good. It's a one-time charge of $20, and that's it.
Is it like a computer mod? I'm guessing, right? Like something you can only get on the comp.
Let me see here.
I'm gonna get a rig eventually. Once my comics all settled away, I'm gonna spend some money on a nice rig so I can stream and. Well, I would say do Photoshop, but I don't know if I'm gonna be using Adobe much anymore. So.
Yeah, that was weird what you told me.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how that works too. From what I've heard, is that they're essentially in their new terms of service, they can just take whatever you work on. I don't know if it's whatever you upload to the cloud or just work on, period, in their software. The legalese can be stretched probably, but
I wonder how much of the stuff that you don't upload to the cloud though that they could actually realistically get access to.
And
I feel like you'd have to upload it to
somewhere,
their server,
or publish it at least, or something, you know.
Right. I don't think that they can just take like random shit that you copy into.
Yeah, but what I'm curious about though is like, what if I took someone else's art, right? Put it in Photoshop to color it, right? Like, you know how people take people's stuff that they post on Twitter to color. So what if you do that, and that gets uploaded? Now Adobe has like an exclusive license to use it, and it says for the purposes of making the software better. But people think what that means is training AI to replicate everything, essentially. So it's stealing your art for future AI generation and all that stuff, and AI art processing and shit. So it's kind of weird and invasive, very, very interesting, the implications. Oh, is this the mod?
It's spatial audio. So they have a few things on here where they have it on, then turn it off, back and forth. So I put the link in the chat. I also put the link in the private chat. Yeah, I have no idea how it works, but you can also try it for free for 14 days.
Nice. Yeah, I want to get Cyberpunk for my rig when I get it, because playing it on a PS 4 or whatever is rough. Even with that,
it launches tomorrow, so that's why I can't see how it works, because it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I know you're like the expert on Cyberpunk mods too. You've got all of them, literally all of them.
No. In fact, I haven't even looked at mods in like 5 weeks.
Good.
Yeah.
You only have like 280 or something.
400.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's a cool game though. I mean, it is pretty dope.
You're not even playing the game at that point.
I'm excited that...
What do you mean I'm not even playing the game?
You have 400 fucking mods. You're not even like, that's just, now it's a different game. You're playing a different game.
It's a good game.
Oh, I see.
You were playing a different
altered it so much it's not even the same game.
Yes, it is not the same game. You're playing a different game.
That's the fun with computer games, like Skyrim, the Macho Man Randy Savage mod, where the dragons. That's, dude, man, you just completely change the game experience and make it better, you know, tenfold. So.
Yeah, you can't tell me that like having a different tattoo and a different like suit is altering the game beyond the pale. Just because I can fly.
Yeah. I'd say mods can enhance. They can break too, like, you know, people use like cheating mods and shit, put in cheat codes or whatever. But back in the day, you put on God mode, it kind of ruins the experience. But I mean, other than
I play with it all the fucking time in single player games.
I can't. I get so bored when I do that. If there's no stakes, I lose interest really fast. But I mean, if I beat a game, I can run around and just like try to like give me all the power so I can just fuck around or whatever. But a game
that's
back
the
in the day.
That's what I'm talking about, because I played this game all the way through like 8 times.
Yeah, you beat it. Like, how many times? But you only play Corpo, right? You don't play the other two?
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't change
You know,
that much. So.
it absolutely does not change anything except
Yeah.
for Act 1 of the game.
Mm-hmm. And how some options you get for dialogue. But
Yeah, just a couple of dialogue options, but not very many. And people have uploaded the save game where basically you can swap out to another save where someone has done the entire prologue as a street kid or what have you. And so you can just drop in right where you want to pick up with oh neat.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm looking through mods now. See what you did.
You're good. I'm glad you went with the Cyber Addict for the game where we're gonna play it, because it's a homebrew race. You guys are the two people who picked homebrew races with Zelmari, which is, if anyone is interested, it's kind of like Zeltrons from the D&D Star Wars saga, the D20 Star Wars saga. Zeltrons are like this colorful race that use pheromones to influence people, if I remember correctly, but I kind of took them and tweaked them a little bit and threw them in my game as the Zelmari. And then Shae went with Cyber Addict, so there's someone who just has all these like minor augmentations, but to the point where it sort of changes. They're kind of like a Warforged, but just a cyborg instead. So I'm really excited about the implications of that and using magic items and seeing how that all interplays with each other. I'm pretty happy you picked that class or that race.
I'm probably not gonna touch magic, to be honest.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, there's still like magics in the world though that you will interact with you, not necessarily you using it, but it's
like a magitech kind of thing because it's technology.
Like, does necrotic damage hurt you as much, which I think you have resistance to because of it, because you don't have as much body and soul to steel.
Yeah, it's hard to rot steel and plastic.
But it's pretty dope. I'm excited.
It will
Yeah,
be.
I'm excited for the RP. Just based on the little bit that happened in session 0 and how excited we all kind of got, like, feeding off of each other. I think that you've crafted a world that is going to be really, really fun, and it's going to be easy to be able to, like, just jump into storylines and run with it, because you've made such unique characters and we're in such a unique setting. I think that we can all just kind of go ham and not have it be over the top or out of place. Like in fantasy, there's only you can only go so far before it's like, well, this is getting really modern and bizarre, and I don't even know how we can spin that this is happening in this particular setting. But it's like with this, it's like, oh, it's fine, cybernetics.
Well, anyone who's curious, it's kind of like Shadowrun, except in Shadowrun they have this thing where elves and dwarves and the fantasy races come back in our future, technological future, where humans, there's this storm or something. I think it's a storm that comes through and it sort of changes people in the humans. The genetic makeup sort of changes them into like orcs and elves and all this stuff. So I took that idea and I was like, well, I like the idea of like more Star Trek, where they're like the Vulcans and stuff, elves, or they're all in these different, they all have their own homeworld and planets and stuff. And but I still like the idea of like mixing fantasy and magic with technology, because I like that about Shadowrun. So it's sort of a blend of Shadowrun expanded out to space and other planets. So that's kind of how you can visualize it if anyone's interested out there.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And it leaves a lot open. I mean...
Oh, man. I've been able to make bounty hunting missions. So if you guys want to just like do straight bounty hunting, you can. There's like Shadowrun like clandestine operations where like you're sneaking into a building to do said thing, which means you have to set up backdoors in the hacking before you even go in, and it has to be more like espionage type stuff. And there's some really cool things and weird fantasy stuff like the planes, elemental plane stuff, because we have a druid in the party. So I wanted there to be not, the world isn't just going to be the cybernetics. There's, since magic is a thing, it's also like heavily elemental, and with the planets everywhere, there's a lot of nature to be explored. And then to play with that in the void with the druid in space is going to be also kind of interesting. So technology in space with the druids should be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be fun. Not to mention, you know, I got a little bit educated when it comes to doing like these kind of RP games. So I got to shake off some of the rust. Luke got to shake off some of the rust, and then we're grabbing Raven, who is kind of like you, and the just jumps into these worlds and makes these really immersive characters and backstories and all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we are picking up another player that is already pretty heavily geared towards RP.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I feel like throwing it all together and, you know, letting you kind of break free from the railroady kind of confines of what we were doing before, where you're just like, oh no, we're not. We're doing our own thing. We're not worried about
by any prior sort of
worlds or gameplay or seasons or
there's nothing. I'm not beholden to anything that came before, so it's nice.
Yeah,
Just a fresh start.
Yeah, that, and we're no longer stuck in, you know, a single solar system, bumping around trying to avoid the cops. Because there was some exploration available, but it just wasn't a ton, because so much of that was either heavily inhabited or uninhabitable completely, and so much of it was already known.
And it's not even really that. It's because you can make exploration in places that have been inhabited or that are dangerous. What it really was when we started that campaign, we already had all this prior stuff, so the sort of direction was already set this way. So I put all this stuff out here. I trapped you guys in a world with a direct point where, like, the point is to get out. So exploring when you kind of already know how to get out, it's kind of that's why I was explaining to you guys, like, when I was taking all the stuff from the prior season and building the second season, I hamstrung myself and didn't realize it. And that was one of the ways I did that. I shouldn't have sort of trapped you guys in a place and given you like the knowledge of where to go already, because they sort of put you on directly. I should have just sort of dropped you there and let you explore the world and play in it. It immediately puts you on rails that I didn't mean to do. Because usually when you're put on rails, it's because a person has a story idea and they want you to, like, follow this story idea. It's like, I wanted you guys to go away from the story idea, but because it was there and your characters were trapped and you felt like you wanted to not do things that didn't make sense, you know, you had to go that one way, so it sucked.
Well, if your end goal is to get out, if all you have is a hammer, everything's gonna look like an hammer.
I like what Eric said. He said, I played a TTRPG one time back when I was working in EMS and we were playing at the station. We never made it out of the tavern and I got written up for harassment.
That sounds typical.
No, wait, hold on. Did you get written up for harassment in game, or what? Did this have, like, real world consequences where, like, your boss took you aside? I think it was too. I'm just really curious. Like, you never know. Like, so, you know, you get those people. There's some people that are like, oh, but you broke the rules in my game, and so I'm gonna write you up. And you're like, all right, dude, whatever. Like, it doesn't fucking, like, you do realize that we're adults and this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Real world consequences.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry, Eric. That's funny though.
Always a bad idea to play with people from work,
especially a boss.
Yeah.
Or HR.
Well, and that's why I never want to play with anybody like military, is because I'm like, look, I know all the training that we go through, and I know my pay grade versus other people's pay grades, and I know what happens if somebody decides that they're offended on something that happens outside of work. So I tend to not associate with a lot of people outside of work, just because I'm like, I don't want you to get upset by something I do, and then I'm getting talked to at work.
There's a thing some people have a hard time doing, which I understand why, but some people can't separate, like, the character in the game from themselves. So when which is why some people find it hard to roleplay, because, like, if your character wants to just have, you know, whatever, I'll call it a scene or something, where, like, you're trying to get something through to another character about something, and you do it in a way that is like an intimidation or something like that. Like I've had people who are like, why do you hate me? It's like, no. Like I have no problem with you. That's just that's
no,
just in the
just a
fantasy
game.
world in our heads. That's not real. But
Yeah,
some
this
people they
requires-
We're playing pretend.
bad.
This requires a
Yeah.
level of emotional maturity.
Yeah, basically. But there's just some people who don't have that ability, you know, or they have to learn it. Some people have to realize they're doing that. Some people are kind of ignorant to what they're doing, but
Oh yeah. Well, and I it's the same reason why I don't go out and drink with people from work, because it's like, you can't always remember things that happen when someone's drunk. And it's really hard when they outrank you and they're like standing in front of you and they're talking about appropriate behavior and shit like that later. And you're like, yeah, but when you got 3 tequila shots in you, that went out the window. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna give you an example.
Uh-oh.
All right, so here it adds a motorcycle. This one adds an 80s tracksuit.
nice.
This one adds a tank top. This one is boxer shorts. This one is another tattoo.
Are each of those
this
one
one-
mod?
Yeah,
Oh, whoa. Okay, I thought you were getting like packs where all those came within one mod.
no, they're not collections.
Dang. Okay.
Boots.
That's why you have 400.
Yeah,
It
and
makes more sense now.
and some of them are like, okay, it remakes the decor of your apartment, or some of them are it changes the way that cars work. So some of them are much more wide sweeping than others.
So in other words, Shae is bougie and has a massive wardrobe is what happened.
Well, there's also like in Skyrim, they had like survival mode where the cold actually affected your stamina and you had to eat or you die. And there's like cool things like that you can add to that actually do fundamentally kind of change the game. So like with the car one, does it change how they drive like mechanically, or is it just aesthetic?
Oh, some do. No, some absolutely do.
that's what I thought,
So
yeah.
it'll change like the traction, the grip of the tires, the acceleration curves of each gear.
Right.
It'll add more gears at the top end so you can increase your top speed. It'll change the braking. In fact, there's a mod that adds an in-game modification shop that you drive to a certain point on the map and it brings up a menu and you can do upgrades for transmission, tires, brakes, engine, the turbo, suspension, all kinds of shit.
They turned it into Gran Turismo. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, basically. And you can do that for cars, bikes. There are ones that, you're driving around the city and you see these huge vehicles that players can't get. Well, there are mods that add them into the virtual car dealer,
nice.
which is another mod. So that on your computer in your apartment, there's another tab and you just go there and you pick what vehicle you want. You hit purchase and it's now in your vehicle call menu.
Nice.
There's a really great one that hasn't been updated in about 9 months because the guy has a real life coding job and he hasn't been able to come back and modify it since they basically changed a lot of the developer tools on the back end to where the commands to be able to access things like no clip, to where you can just go anywhere, and all those the little back end, like the character is in this mode, not this mode, so that you can edit certain things and the quest system and all that stuff. All those little commands changed about 9 months, a year ago in the game when they did update 2.0, I think. And so he hasn't been able to go back and completely rewrite this mod, but this mod adds flight to the game. So it turns any vehicle, motorcycle, car, truck, anything, into a flying vehicle. So you just hit it, and the wheels turn, just like in Back to the Future, and your car turns into a hover car.
So cool.
And there are ones that add, like the one that I really loved that the same guy did, adds in little directional arrows that superimpose on your screen, so that when you have a waypoint locked in, or it's taking you to your quest, you don't have to sit down and stare at the
Ollie.
little. Good night, Ollie. Hey. Oh, hi, Ollie. I thought you said
Hi,
good night.
Ollie.
You don't have to stare at your mini map. It actually superimposes which direction you're supposed to go directly on your screen. It's called in-world navigation. So that because when you're traveling at 220 miles an hour down a 4-lane road and you have a hairpin turn coming up, you kind of want to know in advance. And why the hell wouldn't you have a HUD when your eyes are cybernetic?
Why wouldn't a HUD be built into your car, or something links up to your eye when you get into
the windshield, your eye, your brain, anything.
Yeah. Do you get the vehicle that Raven started with, the med, what are they called? I forget, the medical crews that come and save people.
Oh, so you're talking about so in the game, Trauma Team use an AV, an aerial vehicle. So someone has made a mod to add aerial vehicles in. It's still a work in progress, but it's getting really good. From what I've read, I haven't downloaded it yet because it's such a far-sweeping mod. I tend to not jump into those until I know that they're working pretty well and aren't going to fuck my game, because those kinds of things can take when you have as many mods as I do, one thing breaking other things, just turning around and removing that one thing doesn't always fix the problem.
No. Yeah, I've tried to make games. So I don't know. It's StarCraft 2 that came with. I think it was StarCraft 2. It came with a like an editor, like a map editor. You can actually go.
Yeah, I remember it.
With the code. I built a game in that was essentially a 2-player game where it was a survival mode. Zergs kept coming, then eventually you fought Kerrigan, and I built up a WoW-like movement with the WASD and the controller. So I changed the movement with code, and I'm very aware of like one little thing changing, breaking something, going back and just fixing that one thing doesn't always equate to because
the code will a lot of times be embedded in like the quest tags in your save game file, or stuff like that, and it's like, how do you dig that out? You have to revert back to an earlier save. So but there are mods like that, and then there are mods that just add like a new texture to the face, so it looks like you got half your cyborg face ripped off, and there's a Terminator still underneath, which is what I'm looking at right now. Nice. Yeah, I mean there are all kinds of just little things in here. This one adds lightsabers.
Oh, dope! Hell yeah.
This one, there are a lot of ones that are called pose packs, which adds dozens of new poses to because there's a very elaborate screenshot system built into the game.
Camera mode stuff.
Yeah, there are literally hundreds of poses, or probably hundreds of pose add-ons that you can put on in the game. And then there are like voiceover mods. So I just passed one that changes your player character's voice to Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. Here's one that changes Keanu Reeves' voice to a chick. The voice mod I'm actually using changes my player character's voice lines to the Japanese language translation voiceover for the game. So any line I say in the game is in Japanese, and I just see the subtitle underneath.
So does it do the thing like it does for the other Japanese characters when they speak, where it shows it in Japanese text, and then, or is that too advanced for the mod?
No, it will actually do that. And the other thing is they've actually dug into the files and updated the timings of how long the dialogues take to say, so that you're not trying to speak too quickly or speak too slowly, and you don't get run over, and you don't there's not a big lag at the end of what you're saying if you can say it in Japanese faster than English. So that's kind of how advanced they've gotten into it at this point.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That would be a cool one. I would love for my character to speak Japanese and then see like the Japanese pop up and translate all that stuff. That's just cool.
Yeah.
Hi, baby Dan.
I just passed another one where you change your voice to an AI generated voice of Selena Gomez.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Sling Blade.
I was
proud later.
There's one that adds romance options for other characters that you don't actually get romance options for. This one adds a cool bodysuit. Get that one. This one adds wings. This one adds the tattoos and wardrobe from Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Like Jack's stuff. Yeah, so I mean, anything you can imagine they're doing. Oh, I just saw one that I wanted to show you. Let me find it. Sorry, I have about 30 mod tabs open right now. It's Mass Effect. No. This one
leave
gives
I
it
feel
you
like
a...
that on the new channel it's just going to be Shae goes through their 400 plus mods.
Here's a lingerie set. Won't be showing that on stream.
Yeah. I've been trying to play Apex Legends again, and I've been away from it so long that I can't play it with a damn. I mean, I used to be pretty okay at Apex. I was good at Call of Duty, but Apex, I don't know what it is now. I can't play it. It's like frustrating the hell out of me too.
I haven't played like anything. It's been
I haven't been playing video games for a really long time. Oh yeah, DeLorean. Oh
The
yeah,
Back to the Future version of the DeLorean.
yeah.
So someone's actually gone through and added the DeLorean to the game.
Yeah,
And
that's sick.
And it's apparently working. Oh, they did good.
Yeah, there was some cool. I'm honestly in the Cyberpunk game. I thought some of the car designs they had were really fucking cool. Like I couldn't decide which one I wanted to keep to drive. I kept switching through them. Like the
Damn, they don't have Mr. Fusion on here though. You see it through the windshield.
The
flux capacitor.
Yeah. Didn't they have like a Dukes of Hazzard kind of car in the game? If I'm remembering right, like orange and I can't remember what it has on it.
Oh,
but it's a fast car. That's the one I use.
So yeah, all kinds of things.
The Shion, I think is another one. Like that Civic almost.
Hello, Maromi.
Mods 1 to 57.
for real.
Oh, in the last official game update, they changed it to where you can now do you can now jump your motorcycles and do, what do you call it, a loop in them while you're in the air,
Like a barrel roll.
or like end over end.
Oh, okay. It's like a backflip, front flip.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang. Yeah, when I play, I drive. I just fall through the street sometimes because I'm playing it on the PS4.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'm falling now. I'll respawn somewhere eventually when I die.
Yeah, what sucks is when you do that kind of thing through like, I don't know, a mod or no clipping or something like that, and you fall through the ground and you have God mode on, and so you never actually die. You just keep going.
Yeah.
So then you have to turn God mode off so you can die, so you can
just
respawn.
die, yeah.
I went to the end of the world in Cyberpunk because there's a way that you can override the boundaries because they're invisible boundaries that keep you from reaching the edges of the map. But if you go out past the oil fields in the game and you have those barriers turned off, you can keep going. I would recommend using a motorcycle or a car with a lot of horsepower because the terrain gets super, super rough. Like unreasonably rough. Like it looks like just flat, no texture terrain, but you're bouncing all over the fucking place. But you can literally get to the end of the world to where you can stand there and look off. You look down and it disappears into a gray mist.
It's like
and then you turn on flight and you can go all the way to the edge. And yeah, that's trippy as shit. Hiromi, thank you for the super sticker. I have no idea what it says. But
It is a cute little Shiba Inu screaming hiya.
Oh, nice.
nice. And then there are those floating things out in the water you can get to. A lot of stuff that you're not made to get to does not actually have physics behind it. So you'll get there and you're like, I'm going to stand on this and take an awesome picture in the bay, with the sun coming up behind my back. And no one will have this screenshot because I totally fucking hacksawed my way into being here. And so you turn off flight and you're like, ah.
It's like you're a meta net runner within Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the code.
It's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, I'm excited because you're in your
Oromi,
background.
dancing taco.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real fast, actually.
And like my leg cyberware. So you can do a couple of things with leg cyberwares in 2077. You can have one where it's a charged jump, and you can have one where you can jump and then jump again while you're in the air. So the one I have lets me double jump as many times as I want to. So I can literally be standing on the sidewalk in front of a skyscraper and just keep jumping until I get to the roof without touching anything. There's another one that's I think it's for legs. It's not for feet. That like gives you thrusters to where you can hover, which is really cool when you're doing attacks and stuff like that.
So speaking of like net running and stuff, since that's kind of like your background in this game, this is I made an academy. So since in the background over you're taken in as a child off the street. Yeah, Cerberus Academy for Destitute Youth is the place where you were taught to be a net runner. This is essentially where they make their like little super weapons and shit, or whatever, wherever you escape from.
Oh, Neo Tokyo.
Yeah, and then this is your Motoko's apartments, the Sakura Vista High Rise next to Torrygate Park. And we've got, let's see, the Pachinko Capsule Motel. That's where you are, Shae.
Woo!
And then Comic
Wait,
Girls
how
Hideout
tall is your character, Shae?
I don't remember. I'd have to look.
You're not 7 feet tall again, are you?
No.
You should be like 4'9".
Small. I feel like she should be like 5'6".
So you're gonna make your character my height?
Yes.
Nice. Well, Jason's height.
Standard girl height.
Did that say protein farms?
Yeah, that's the protein
Buckaroo
farm. So essentially,
Bullseye.
have you seen the new? Yeah, the new. Well, it's not new now, but Blade Runner. I kept wanting to say Cyberpunk. The new Blade Runner, or whatever. How it starts out, he goes to that protein farm. It's essentially those. They grow maggots
Is that where that old tree was in the very beginning?
Yeah, that was at the protein farms.
Yeah. I only saw it, I think, twice.
Oh yeah, they essentially grow some kind of worm or grub there for protein to be used in like food processing.
Nice.
Thank you for the 33-month member comment leak. He says 33 months,
nice.
Woohoo! I would be an orc raised by halflings, Russian accent, carefree, scared of everything, and very sneaky. Who loves old Toby?
I was old.
I don't know. I don't want to ask.
Yeah.
I'm very scared of what that answer would be.
Oh, are there mountains up north?
Yeah, there's.
Oh my god, was that a rival academy?
A rifle academy.
Stop asking him to scroll quickly.
A rival academy.
Oh. No.
It looked like there was another. Go down a little.
So that's Schuler and Sons Museum of Esoterica. That's actually the place you were robbing when that mission went bad.
Nice.
Wait, wasn't there a Schuler in our game?
Yeah, Perry. That's Perry Schuler.
Yeah, P. Schuler. Yeah. Go down a little bit more under the bay. Yeah.
Under.
Oh, it was Lathian Sanctuary. I thought it was another. I thought it was Lathian.
Oh, yeah. No, Lathian Sanctuary is an elven religious like reserve for like animals and stuff. The elves are very like druidic in this, so the Dwemer and the elves are sort of the extremes of human nature, like people who have bonded with nature. Those are sort of like the elves, right? And then the Dwemer are the gnomes and dwarves who are just complete, like industrial driven. They land on planets and just completely like use all of the resources to make
like heavy
whatever
industry.
they want. Yeah, and so that caused some wars in the early era of the galaxy, but things have calmed down since then. There have been Dragon Crusade.
The Comet Girls,
Yeah.
That's where Raven is?
Yeah, so the Comet Girls is the gang that Raven and Shae are kind of part of tangentially. Like Raven has retired as a retired member because she's a turtle, so she's like 100 plus years old or something. She's been here on this planet for at least 100 years, so she's very old. If young for a turtle, though. And that's the gang that they're a part of. Shae kind of just hangs around with Raven, so she's not like an actual member.
I'm a hanger-on. I'm not a real member.
Yeah. But they all respect
Oh.
her and shit. They know who she is and don't mess
Woodrow,
with her.
do you remember Coder, the original one?
Who? What?
Knights of the Old Republic, the original game.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember there was one of your companions was named Mission? And she was basically a hanger-on for one of the swoop gangs down
Oh,
in the
yeah.
underworld.
Yep.
So that's Shae.
Well, Shae's got a nice little side hustle where she goes and steals criminals' cybernetics and shit from them.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
wasn't
useful.
Wasn't it that Raven tries to heal them, and if she can't, Shae like strips them or something?
No.
No,
No, it's all-
look, no. When Raven can't get the parts she needs in order to heal people, and I just happen to hear about pieces of shit who have those particular parts, I might just go body scavenging a little bit. It's not a big deal.
And
It's
in
fine.
this little ring,
I'm like
is
Robin
actually-
Hood
Yeah, kind of.
with body parts.
In
That's
the
fine.
And the commission.
cybernetic body parts and organs and stuff,
Yeah. You don't really need this heart. I'm sure you're fine without it.
Yeah. There's a code, but it's a pretty.
I
pretty
know. I'm not that bad.
I'll just leave you
But,
with this bike pump.
With
Keep pumping, bitch.
in the little trade though is also Luke's character Vidar. Since he's an artificer in this, he like cleans the cyberware, so he'll go in and give it a new serial number and wipe it and shit, so it can be
Oh, nice.
installed on a patient for Raven. So there's like a little. You're kind of like the outcast in terms of like pre-done background, but I think your character that makes sense with what you've
Yeah.
done. And
Clearly, you
gone
went to school for a bunch of underprivileged, degenerate
Yeah.
children. So
Degenerate. Nice.
You
through.
it's the same thing. The same thing.
Degenerate, destitute. It is the same.
Same.
People who don't have anywhere to go get scooped up by Cerberus and
Yes,
other
Frog G.
corporations and turned into, brainwashed employees, essentially.
Nice. Frog G. That is amazing.
So,
Yeah.
Shae, I told you about this from the Fat Electrician.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want that shirt. He has that on merch.
That is amazing.
I need that one, and it's not a war crime the first time.
Wow.
Woodrow, do you ever watch Fat Electrician?
No. Oh, Fat Electrician is the military guy who's on. He's on that podcast too with Donut and.
He is on one
Herrera.
with a couple of different guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has his own channel where he tells
I like all those dudes. That's
interesting
history
factoids
stuff.
from history, like the bat bombs in World War II.
Mhm.
Little Zion, is that like Zion
There's
National
so
Park
much
when he's
weird
smaller?
shit, dude.
This is so cool. Dude, this is like insanely well planned out too. I am so excited.
Well, I had a lot of time to like go through shit, and so there's like
Which was like, y'all kept on pushing this shit, so there's been
no,
plenty of
I'm
time.
more time I have to prepare just like stuff so that you can go wherever, and I have just an idea, like little ideas, so I can build off that idea on the moment, you know, so I don't have to like build everything. I can just have all these little things to draw from, and you guys can do whatever the fuck you want, and I won't be like scrambling for something to put there or something to come up with. So I'm good.
Okay, I have a few questions and suggestions.
Huh?
Is there public transportation in your city?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's how
How I
Vidar
get
gets
around.
He doesn't have a car.
like the metro is in Cyberpunk, or like a subway, or
Well, there's
Stuff like
that in the city, but then outside the city, you can get like flying cabs or Johnny Cab type shit, like to Uber you around too. There's
are
AI
there like
cars
trains
that'll
to
drive you.
other cities or anything like that?
Not on this planet. This is the mega city that's on this moon. This is sort of this is the moon that you guys colonized in the last game, so it's only been here about 100 years. So this is the only thing on this planet, really. There's some other, like there's farmland and some other small village and settlements and stuff, but in terms of like mega cities on this
Mhm.
moon, that's it.
Gotcha.
But there's planets you can go to that have other cities and shit. Yeah, there are other mega cities. Like this is Starfall's mega city on the 6th moon. There's other mega cities and different planets you can go to and stuff. And there's
Shae, look what we built.
We did good.
up here, X Watch Point.
Ah,
Very, 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 very important. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to start.
is that where
Yes.
people go to observe that constellation? That
So
did you make it, or what was it? It was your
Scheduled.
patron or whatever.
the
Yeah.
patron, was put into the constellation, and essentially, since it what you guys came from, you know, just a thought, an idea, the god that had noticed you, who's responsible for the constellations and all that stuff, was like, okay, I'm gonna give these people a chance, and basically put Shae's god after your guys' trials into the heavens and made her real instead of just being like some thought from a video game or whatever. So
That's
yeah, it
awesome.
became real. It's really there. The constellation's there, but this X Watch Point is actually called that because there's a graveyard here of the founders of some of the people who founded this city, and there's also a almost like Excalibur like axe that has been shoved into one of the rocks there that people can't seem to get out for some reason. So it's become like a monument.
Damn straight they can't.
Yeah, no one's
Keep that
moving it.
axe there.
Hey Woodrow,
Yeah.
can a statue of this be there, and that'll be like the Gollum copy that you made of this at the very end of the last
So that's
one?
not a Gollum copy, but you will. There's monuments to that. Yes, this you'll see. There's a lot to that little graveyard. I think you guys will like.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat.
Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah,
I'm excited.
Me too.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and it's like an homage to our last campaign, but also cutting the shackles so I don't have to be tied down by any of it. So it's nice. It's
Yeah.
really cathartic.
Don't worry, my disembodied spirit will be a quest giver at some point. I'm still trapped within Zarina. God
Well,
damn it!
yeah,
Are my
that's your-
tasks done yet?
That's your real spirit. Your real spirit now is living in heaven. You never technically died. You gave yourself to your god. So it was sort of like you sacrificed your soul. And when you did that, you had that artifact from the other cleric that created a simulacrum of you to stay in the world and sort of do your bidding there, so you could accompany your god. So the one that was here was technically a very, very advanced illusion. Technically, it wasn't like a golem or anything. So she was around doing stuff after even Bryn was lost to just natural causes after giving birth to a bunch of kids and creating a lineage
Yay.
of barbarians here and all that. Yeah. So this was around for a while to set some things up in the city. So, or maybe not in the city, but around for some things. So I'm excited
That's
for that.
pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Feel free to do anything you want without any input from me about what you had this do after Bryn was gone.
Okay, cool.
As in, so it's a surprise to me as well.
Yeah, no, I think you guys will like, will like, will like what I've done because it's, I think, a pretty good encapsulation of our last season and what we liked from it. So,
yeah, and getting rid of the shit that.
Yeah.
Hey, are there cat women in this?
Well, there's, Tabaxi and Leonin, which in this are just one race called Illurin. But yeah, there's cat people, but they're not like humans with cat ears. They're actual like Khajiit from Skyrim type cat people. There's also Lupins, which are dog people, but they aren't a natural race. There's like I don't know if you guys will ever come across this mystery in game, because this is like a weird side lore thing that I made, but Lupins are like a made race. They know they are too. They don't really necessarily believe that they were naturally evolved. There's like a weird thing with them. No one knows really where they came from. They just kind of popped up on a planet known as Canis Prime. Yeah. Yep. There's furries if that's what you want them to be.
Oh.
For me, they're not. I don't like furries. It's not a good thing. These are beast folk, not furries. There's a difference, okay?
Shae, I wonder what happened to the Yeti.
Oh, that will come up. I promise you that will be solved.
And your hellhounds.
You will know the fate of the Yeti. Not everyone's fate, though. Some people you just won't know.
No.
But
That's...
We're still gonna track down Namgold.
I mean, his kin? He's an orc. He's not alive anymore.
We brought him back from heaven. That means he's immortal.
No, that's not what that means.
No, he wasn't fated to go, so because he wasn't technically existing yet, so the gods gave him a second chance. Essentially, what that was.
See, we did good by him.
You guys did good by a lot of people. Technically, almost a whole solar system, almost, except for the elves. You guys kind of fucked the high elves, but it's okay.
I mean, to be fair, they were assholes, though.
To be fair, they were trying to fuck us the entire time.
Well, to be fair, they were under the control of Illithid.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't a magic wand we could wave to undo that.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Not like we could fix that portion. So
it was a good. They kind of had to go, but you did cure some of them though. You and Zalnan and stuff. You cured those the Eldar or whatever. The ones the elves that were infected by the good elder brain, the one that was changed by that biological weapon.
I forgot about what was the thing with the tentacles, the guinea pig with the or the hamster.
Oh, Whisper.
Yeah.
Whisper, Bang, Ghost, and Beetle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. See, it's been a few months, so it automatically just exits my brain.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's the same thing happens to me with games I play. When you make them, it's a little different and run everything, but when you play, it's hard. You only remember the stuff that sticks, essentially, until someone jogs your memory.
Thank God we killed that kid. I'm not going to hesitate this time. I just want you guys to know that. There's going to be like some shifty little thing, and we're just murk first. Ask questions later. You know what? Don't even ask later. Just murk.
Just murk. Just
Yep.
murk and ignore entirely. It's fine.
It'll be fine. You know, it could have been
It'll
a quest
be-
giver, but you know,
Yeah, who needs more quests? We got plenty.
Who
there are
needs
others
more
out there. Look, if something hits that fishy, just
Well, you'll have someone who will be able to tell you if it's if it has a undead, at least undead because you have a cleric, but I think maybe even like celestial, fey, and elemental. So
They know what they did. Agreed, Frog G.
So you'll be able to sense some things. Then we have a druid, a cleric, an artificer, and then a monk. So we've got a physical fighter. The artificer can do some physical things. The cleric can do some physical things, and the druid can turn into animals and fuck shit up. So
Yeah.
you guys got the span covered. It's a nice hand you guys got for this party. This little spread. You got all the magic covered too.
I didn't want to go assassin-y again. I can't double edgelord.
Monks are pretty dope. I think you're gonna like some of the stuff I built because in your high rise it overlooks Torrey Park, and in Torrey Park there's people who do like Tai Chi and different martial arts and stuff. So you have places where you can go like learn new techniques and shit too, in like downtime, quote unquote, right? Not like necessarily always.
Oh,
role
gotcha.
playing,
Because there are like forms I have to learn or something.
No, so there is. I built a form specifically for this world called like bypassing fist. You can learn where, since this world has energy shields, they're not like last season where they were like 70s protection bubbles, but they're more of like the Dune shield. They just, if something comes in super fast, it cuts down the effectiveness of it, or essentially. So
it's really good for
projectiles. But even if like you throw like a fist or a rock, it'll still like help stop it. So with the bypassing fist, you learn to like make contact with the shield and adjust your movement so that you bypass the shield, so you can actually just punch and your natural attacks will go through shields. And monk weapons. So if you're using like a staff or nunchucks, those will too. Essentially, you like know how to hit shields so that your the effectiveness goes completely bypasses them.
Neat.
Yeah.
In a sci-fi setting, it was actually someone learning to retrain their movements after they got cybernetics. But it was an interesting concept. Basically, they built a device or appliance that changed color depending on how much force you were coming into contact with it at. So, like green, it wouldn't be damaging, and red it would be if you were like touching a person, as opposed to this ultra hard, whatever. And it was like a training thing that you could like tap with your fingertips if you were going to do that, or like throwing punches at to see, okay, this is a hit that would incapacitate, this is a hit that would kill, so that you could kind of gauge that out and calibrate cybernetics.
And in terms of your cybernetics, like a lot of them are cosmetic on the outside, but anything that's like within the game, you can sort of describe however you want, like whatever cybernetics you have. Like there's really no limit to what you have as long as it doesn't mechanically change anything. So like that, like knowing if you want like a little device on your arm that tells you how much power you're exerting, so you'll know like, hey, I want to knock this person unconscious or do lethal damage. Since you can already do that in game, you can sort of just fluff having like a cybernetic piece.
Fluff the mechanic,
yeah. You can make your cybernetics whatever affect the mechanics, however they already are, however you want, and then you can get feats and then make that just more cybernetic upgrades. Because since you're a cyber addict, you don't have a limit. You still have the max limit, but you're not limited by your con, because you don't have to worry about your connection to the mana, the astral or whatever. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because as a monk, don't I go off like chi or something like that?
So it is, but that's like your internal will and force. That isn't necessarily connecting to magic. So you're forming your own aura. You're not pulling like anything from the astral world to this world to like a fireball or something like that. If you were to produce a fireball from your monk attributes, because I think there is a monk, when you get to level 3, you can pick what you want. What do you want to specialize as an archetype? There is one that I think lets you like do magic type effects. You could still do those, but it would be just you focusing in on your chi, and it's pretty limited because it's a monk thing. So you could still do that type of stuff, but it would just be fluffed as you're not pulling anything from the astral. You're just burning off your own chi aura, essentially.
Interesting.
It's cyber chi.
No, it's not cyber chi. It's just the remaining chi left from your organic remaining organs or whatever you have left in there. Brain, I'm assuming mostly. Lungs and heart and stuff.
Some meat.
Just modified, heavily modified. So yeah, you can have up to 7 cybernetic parts because the max con is +5, and then you get +2 on top of that. So you can have up to 7 things. I think you only have like 3 or 4. So you've got some upgrading you can do.
Nice. Room to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not just about how many things you get. I imagine that there are levels to the upgrades. So it's not like, you get a few, you're out of room, you're done. You can probably upgrade quality or, operating software, shit like that.
Yeah, there's different ways to upgrade the effects and stuff. You can also switch out stuff. Like if you got a different, like your DIP programs, DIY, DIYP. So yeah, it's a dip. Okay, a dip programs or do-it-yourself program. If you buy multiples of those, the way you only have one slot right now under your NOS slot, your neural operating system slot. So you'd have to take a cybernetic slot to have 2 running at the same time, but you could switch them out as a bonus action if you wanted to, like, you know what I mean, like how they chip in Cyberpunk. You could switch out your expertise in hacking or whatever and put in like a proficiency in something else you didn't have proficiency in, or if you managed to afford another expertise, which that's part of the debt because you took a debt for the feat. Part of your debt was buying the expertise in hacking and in your rig and all that shit. So
yeah, the you know what I need to do? I need to save up and buy some kind of fucking internal SSD so that I can just store this shit on it instead of having to ship it in constantly.
I like Frog G's pun here. It says remaining organic is in the feet. Cheetos?
Yeah, it took me a second to get that. I was like, Cheeto. Oh.
Yeah, but then you got residue all over your fingers when you play with your toe.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting interaction with stuff, so I'm excited for it. What were you gonna say though?
Yeah. I'm excited to see how this goes with everybody we're all playing kind of different characters than what we did the first time around, and so I'm interested to see how it changes and what we end up doing.
I'm not slotting in a fucking elf eye this time.
No?
No. First of all, my character wouldn't survive that much damage.
Well, not right now, no. Later levels you could. It's only 10d10. Calm down.
Hold on, let me look here. Since I do have my character sheet open. Yeah, 8 hit points. Okay.
Well, you have a 15 temporary hit points from the shield.
Yep. So, yeah, 23. I don't think you can roll 10d10 low enough. Get all 1s and 2s.
Yeah. Dumb shock is going to be fun to experience. You guys can get ripped out of the matrix and dumb shocks too, and that can be a lot of damage, like 8 to 10 d6. So, all kinds of threats and stuff you guys will have to learn about for this world. A little bit of new stuff.
Raven has an 18 AC.
She's a tortoise shield. She's a walking heavy armor.
And the Artificer Luke has a 17. That's pretty impressive. I thought mine was high, starting out at 16.
It is, but you're also a monk, so you go off of your wisdom and your dex. You can put on armor, but it'll take your wisdom away. So if you ever find armor that's better than what your wisdom gives you, you can put it on. But I would just suggest upgrading your wisdom and dex, because then you don't have to wear armor. And anything, you can just get cybernetic upgrades and shit, which doesn't count as armor. And then those shields don't count as carrying a shield in terms of for like your monk stuff or any of that either. So
no, you're carrying. You have to carry it. It's in your other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know? All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about while we're here?
I think I think
the only thing I want to say is we got 79 people watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Please make sure that you're back here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern. So 2 hours from this time in a week.
1 week minus 2 hours, 13 minutes.
There you go. It's going to be episode 1 of the latest iteration of Dice Games and Dudes that our GM Woodrow has painstakingly been putting together over the last several months, while the rest of us try to get our shit straight so we can actually game on a regular basis.
Yes, or as I like to think of it, and headphone warning, headphone warning, headphone warning. This is Woodrow's good old
dick twist.
It's going to be pretty epic. So we are streaming on Valkyrie's Play on YouTube. We are also going to be streaming on the same name on Twitch. So basically what you guys see here, it'll still end up showing up, I'm sure, on the Twitter feed, because I don't know why we wouldn't do that. And the first couple episodes might be on the main Red Valkyrie, but expect those to go away after the stream, because Valkyrie's Play is where they are going to live. Yes. So if you're not subbed to us over there, get over there, get subbed so you don't miss out on anything, because it's going to be fucking epic. There's so much going on. We got a new character. We have an entirely new world. We got all new characters that we're all playing. So we have a new player, not a new character. And it's going to be super, super fun. I am excited. I also have a sleeping cat in my lap.
That's not far off. There's places like that in Neo Tokyo.
Oh,
yeah,
do we get to explore any of the high-end classy shit? Or is it just all going to be slums and stuff?
No, so there's lower districts, mid districts, and the upper districts,
just depends on where we end up.
Oh my god, we gotta get Raven's character in like a suit.
That would be interesting.
You have to infiltrate a fancy cocktail party.
Oh man, there's shadow runs where you go into upper level corporate stuff to pull people out, or all kinds of weird. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm really hyped for this shit. I'm so excited.
I want to see Shae inside Raven's little shell home.
Mm-hmm. I wear like a shell backpack, and then I zoom away on my little rocket skates. It's great.
Oh my god, how big is she again?
It's fine.
I think
it's fine.
Like 6 feet. I think turtles are big in this.
It's fine. I wear her. It's fine.
Yeah, there's no real place to see that on a character sheet, is there?
She crouches down small.
It's in the notes, I think, or description in the tab. One of those weird little tabs. But if it's not on her sheet, you'd have to look at like the turtle race in the D&D Beyond to see what it is. Like the averages. I think they're like human height or just under human height, I think. I can't remember. I think they're like Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
As an action, you can withdraw into your shell to gain a +4 bonus to AC.
Take cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
While in your
if
shell,
I wear her as a turtle shell.
You are
wear
prone,
her like a little
your
backpack.
speed is 0 and can't increase. You have disadvantage on dex saves. You can't take reactions, and your only action you can take is a bonus action to emerge from your shell.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's fine because she's not increasing speed. I am carrying her.
Yep.
On rocket skates. And she's basically serving as a gigantic shield for both of us. It's fantastic.
Make her 3 foot tall so that Shae has to put straps on her and actually wield her like a shield, like a big buckler.
Wear like a Gigantimo backpack. It's gonna be great.
Well, if Raven retracted into her shell, you'd have to have some way to strap on or carry. So it depends on what your strength is and how much she weighs.
Oh my god.
Make it work.
You can also turn into an elephant and
just
grab her with your trunk and run.
Turn into an elephant and then try to balance on teeny tiny skates that I don't fit on anymore. And be like, where to go? And it's I'm like, okay, we should walk.
That would be hilarious. What would be even better is if you grabbed her with your trunk while you were an elephant and slung her to damage. No, like the
These
shell.
are like a mace.
No, like the shell in Mario where you
Oh my
throw it along the
gosh.
ground.
So, Raven does have a cybernetic shell. She wanted a cybernetic to be her shell, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then the upgrade she got was the rocket, the 10 feet of movement. So she has a metal rocket shell. So
Oh my god! So I could theoretically throw her like a tortoise shell in Mario. That's
She can just float a straight
amazing. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is gonna be so much fun.
It is.
All right, we will see everybody next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Valkyrie's Play. Make sure that you got that bell ding so you don't miss a single moment. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Come to regen.